Hey, good morning. This is Cami Huesa, and I am here to talk to you about the algorithms of social media platforms and specifically about Instagram. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And I was hoping that I could just really quickly jump on and talk about what happened this week and kind of marry it to what we have to deal with as content creators and as marketers and understanding how it affects us. Okay, so if you didn't hear the tea, which would be really hard to do if you're not a part of the Instagram family, if you will, but the tea is that we had a Make Instagram Instagram Again campaign by users this last week. And that particular campaign was started by a pretty well known influencer, but then amplified by some even more well-known influencers. So I'm going to jump right into it, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about why Instagram is not going to make the changes that they're asking for, despite the fact that there's a change.org petition and a bunch of other things going on around this. I just do not believe that Instagram will make the changes that they're asking for. And I want to talk a little bit about that and why the Instagram works, the Instagram algorithm, and really any social media algorithm works the way that it does, and what the platforms are looking for. And so, yeah, let me just jump right into this. I'm going to start with the Washington Post article that came out. There was many articles. So the thing about this particular situation is that it is definitely flowing over into media. So you can go out and do a search for it and you'll find it on a number of different media outlets. I liked the Washington Post article because it really kind of dove into what exactly happened, so that you can kind of get the idea of the timeline. So let me just really quick jump into that, and then I will explain to you why this is actually how this affects you. Yeah. So let's do that real quick. It says Instagram knows you don't like its changes and it doesn't care. So what's going on with Instagram right now is there's a lot of changes being put into the app. They just announced, like in the last few days, that they're going to dump all other kind of video except for Reels. So you will only be able to put Reels onto Instagram. They're getting rid of all the other video formats. The reason for this is obviously TikTok. Okay, so the big elephant in the room right now is TikTok. TikTok is very slowly but surely building up its audience and really taking over the view time that people spend. So one of the biggest things that the platforms is looking for is the time that a user spends on the platform per day. It's like one of their basic KPIs. I would call it their key KPI, or key performance indicators. They are looking for how much time you spend on the platform. Period. That is really, really important. And then secondly, they will be looking a lot at how many people are interacting with your content. So if you're a content creator, they're going to care about how long you keep somebody on that platform. That's really all they care about. And so TikTok and all of these other videos, they have that repeating format. They play the video and the video goes to the end and then it goes back to the beginning. That, first of all, multiplies the time that people spend on the platform. So that is one of the reasons why that type of video is so popular, or with the platforms. Now, TikTok, of course, has done, I would say, the best job of doing that as far as that goes. But every other platform is trying to duplicate that on their platform. That includes YouTube. That includes Pinterest even has like a short form video on it now. All of the different platforms are doing that. Facebook, here on LinkedIn, they've tried to do a few things here on LinkedIn too. Some of you are watching in different places, but on LinkedIn they've done that as well. So wherever you're watching, and Twitter, of course, too, is really pushing for some more video type of formats. So in the end of the day, short form video is the future of social media because it does increase that watch time. No matter what you can think about, that it does. So some people don't like that, and that's really what this is about. They're like, hey, I go to Instagram for photos, and that's what this whole thing was about. So what happened was this one user, her name is Tati, and her handle is Illuminati. I don't know if you can read it there. I can't say it, but she did this big, like, black basically screen that said, "Make Instagram Instagram again. Stop trying to be TikTok. I just want to see cute photos of my friends. Sincerely, everyone. And hey, you can go out and look. And there has been this complaint for a very long time. People want to see their friends. They want to do that. And right now, Instagram is really pedaling to keep up, guys. I mean, this is really an existential crisis for them because they have to have more people. In the end of the day, they have to have more people using their platform than TikTok. And this right now is really a problem. And they're losing advertisers. And of course, that's where the money is. And the reason they're losing that is because people are starting to say, well, I'm not getting the same results. And so they're going to the other platforms. So that's really what's going on as far as that goes. And really that watch time is huge. So any way that you can keep watch time, if you're a person that creates content that increases watch time, then the platform is going to be more likely to show your content. And that is just the facts. I mean, that's just what we're dealing with as marketers and PR and content creators. That's just what we're dealing with. And as a user, I mean, that can be super annoying. I mean, think about it. You're watching a reel, or I've done this a million times, watching a reel or a TikTok video. And as you watch through it, you're trying to get the information that's being said to you. I mean, there's entertainment and everything, but some people, they'll put up the tool they're using and you're trying to figure out what it is. And you'll go back and watch it 3, 4, 5 times just to get that one thing. And it's kind of annoying. And I mean, people are saying, hey, why can't I pause it? Why can't I do this? And the reason is because what I told you, number one KPI is watch time. They absolutely have to be sticky. The content has to be sticky. I hear people saying, I'm being shadow banned. My stuff is not being shown to people. It's because somebody else has more sticky content than yours. So you have to think about the content on the channels as being competing with each other at various times. Things are going to pull you off, or the algorithm will shuttle content to whoever is being most sticky at that moment. And it's, obviously super complex and more than, the human brain can actually kind of pull together. But that's really what this is about. It's really about that. And, that does mean more and more sensational content. It does mean there are a lot of problems around this. I agree with the users. And I think that, just getting more and more sensational is not the answer. But that is definitely what we're dealing with right now. We have these big titans and, Instagram and Facebook and Meta, they haven't had too much competition. And so TikTok is really giving them a run for their money. And they're losing advertisers. And TikTok is getting good at grabbing the advertising crowd. So as more people are going over to TikTok to advertise, they're advertising less at Facebook, Meta, Instagram. So that's really what's happening here. And that's why I feel like, people are not going to listen to it. So anyway, let me just keep jumping into the tea. So make Instagram again. They Tati put together a make Instagram again, change.org petition. And as of this moment, which I just opened this up for the day, they have about 200,000 people have signed it so far. And the reason why is because there were some big celebrities that are very, very huge, some of the biggest users on Instagram that became part of this. So Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian lent their voice to this and shared this petition. And of course, it made it swell quite a bit. So they also were just having a big conversation through their stories and other places on Instagram about how they just missed being able to open up the app and see their friends. And now, of course, because of the way that Instagram is using Reels, even if you're not following someone, you might see one of their Reels. And so that is helping Instagram to keep more people on the platform, but it's irritating people, like I'd say, these huge stars, because if you've ever seen, they have millions of people following them, but they only follow like 30 people, right? So they're used to opening up this app and it being their playground where they can see their friends. And now they're getting also recommended Reels. So they're seeing the average plebs of us out here. They're seeing our content and they don't like that. So on the back end, of course, Instagram has responded to these celebrities. Believe me, there are some reports that they're going to be doing some work with these celebrities on the inside. But also, Adam Mosseri, I think that's how you say his name, Mosseri, who is the head of Instagram. He came out right away and did a video that really, a reel that explains what's going on. So I'm going to play it for you real quick because I think it's important to hear. And yeah, you'll hear something about what's going on at Instagram. So here we go. I got to take off there we go.
We're experimenting with a number of different changes to the app. And so we're hearing a lot of concerns from all of you. So I wanted to take a few moments and clarify a few things. One is, if you're seeing a new full screen version of a feed, or you're hearing about it, know that that is a test. It's a test to a few percentage of people out there, and the idea is that a more full screen experience, not only for videos, but for photos, might be a more fun, engaging experience. But I also want to be clear, it's not yet good, and we're gonna have to get it to a good place if we're gonna ship it to the rest of the Instagram community. The second thing I'm hearing a lot of concerns about right now are photos and how we're shifting to video. Now, I want to be clear. We're going to continue to support photos. It's part of our heritage. I love photos. I know a lot of you out there love photos too. That said, I need to be honest.
Oh, and he needs to be honest, and that cut out.
I do believe that more and more of Instagram is going to become video over time. We see this even if we change nothing. We see this even if you just look at chronological feed. If you look at what people share on Instagram, that's shifting more and more to videos over time. If you look at what people like and consume and view on Instagram, that's also shifting more and more to video over time, even when we stop changing anything. So we're going to have to lean into that shift while continuing to support photos. The third thing I want to talk about is recommendations. Recommendations are posts in your feed from accounts that you do not follow. The idea is to help you discover new and interesting things on Instagram that you might not know even exist. Now, if you're seeing things in your feed that are recommendations that you're not interested in, that means that we're doing a bad job ranking and we need to improve. And you can X out for recommendation. You can even snooze all recommendations for up to a month or go to your following feed. But we're going to continue to try and get better at recommendations because we think it's one of the most effective and important ways to help creators reach more people. We want to do our best by creators, particularly small creators, and we see recommendations as one of the best ways to help them reach a new audience and grow their following. Now, this is a lot of change all at once, but know that a number of things about Instagram are going to stay the same. We're going to stay committed to creators more broadly. We're going to stay committed to supporting photos. We're going to stay in a place where we try and put your friends' content at the top of feed and in the front of stories whenever possible. But we're also going to need to evolve because the world is changing quickly and we're going to have to change along with it. So please, let me know what you think down in the comments and know that I'm going to continue to be here explaining our changes as we come up with them, the reasoning behind them, and give you the latest updates about what's going on Instagram. I'll see you soon. Peace.
So that is what we have. We have a real situation where they are not going to make the changes
There's a lot going on
unless.
on
Oops,
Instagram
I gotta
right now.
turn this
We're
off for you.
experimenting with a number of different changes to the app. And
That
so
is
we're getting a
exactly
lot
what
of
Reels do.
concerns from
See,
all of
they
you.
recycle so that you'll listen to them again. So yeah, in the end of the day, Instagram needs to make money. They need to make money on their app. And so we as creators have to, understand that and understand what they're doing there. And as users of the app, we also have to be educated. I'm not saying that we have to just take what they say. I think it's interesting that their biggest creators are standing up to them and saying, hey, I don't like this. I would like to see some changes, and hopefully they will listen to them. But then the end of the day, they are going to follow the data, and the data is saying that they have a lot of video that they need to manage. And so again, there may be more video watch time because they're offering more video. So there's that too. But the bottom line is if they can expand that watch time, they can sell those ads. That is it, guys. That is what's happening here. And that's how the algorithm works. It is a very, very specific thing. And yes, I mean, there are other things that they look at too, but that is their number one KPI. And so if you can do that with the algorithm, there you go. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say today. I just wanted to let you know exactly what the tea was with this thing that went on this week, but also why it's happening and why it will probably continue to happen. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.